Today's video is about how to make a terrazzo effect clock with Wealike resin casting powder. First, you need to make the terrazzo chips. Measure the water and powder in a ratio of 1.4 in weight and mix until smooth. Find some plastic or some silicone sheet, and using a spatula, spread out thinly and let this rock solid. Well, it doesn't need to be too thick or too thin. Wait for 30 minutes to dry before collecting them. It should be noted here that after collecting them, leave them overnight before using them, because black pigment is easier to dye, and it takes longer to solidify. Look, just like this, collect them in a small jar. If there is excess liquid when making projects, in daily, you can also use it to make small chips. Next, make the main part of the clock. Add the black chips to the white powder. Be sure to weigh the total of the two, and then add the water according to this total weight. For the numbers of the clock, I only chose 4 numbers to make it simple. I inject the liquid into the mold using a pipette. Poke the edge corners with a bamboo stick to let the bubbles out. I wanted to use pure white as the bottom layer, but this part was a negative example of failure because its base was dry powder, which was absorbent. So I poured the liquid mixed in the original 1.4 ratio, and it dried quickly. The absorption of water shortened the operation time, and it was impossible to spread it. So if your bottom is already powder, you need to increase the proportion of water, or reduce the proportion of powder. You can try 1 part of water and 3 parts of powder. It can be demolded after 30 minutes, but for sanding, leave it overnight for all the water to completely evaporate. When sanding from abrasive to smooth, I use 180 grit sandpaper first, then use 1200 grit sandpaper for polishing. After polishing, wipe it dry with a paper towel and apply wood wax oil to make the color look fuller. Finally, demold the numbers. The digital mold is delicate, so be careful. Finally, apply the special glue for plaster to the pointer and stick it on. Install the battery and everything is done. Let's take a look at the finished product.